Hello, and thanks for joining me for this all-standing osteoporosis-friendly strength training workout. If you are just beginning, wanting to build your bones, muscle mass, you're a true beginner, this is the workout for you. We're going to focus on form. I'm going to tell you where to breathe. There's no compound movements, keeping it very simple, basic functional movements. Again, really focusing on form. For demonstration purposes, I'll be using a set of 3-pound weights. If you are just beginning, no weights at all, or maybe just water bottles. If you've been working out with me for a while, I challenge you to go heavy and then use this workout as an opportunity to build your strength using heavier weights. Let's get started with a warm-up. Always super important to warm those muscles up. We're just going to start with a slow march in place. Give me a big inhale, arms come up, and exhale down. I have a chair nearby, so make sure you have a chair for balance purposes for some of the moves, or maybe you can hold onto a wall or a mantle. I often say in my workouts, you do you. So I really need you to listen to your body during this workout. Take a break when you need to, and we're not going to push ourselves too far. We do have squats and lunges. So if that's uncomfortable for your knees, you're just going to keep them very shallow, very small. Again, I'm going to go over proper form, which will help. One more time, big inhale, arms come up. Exhale down. Hands on the waist, little bend in the knees, and just a bend and tap to the side. Let's move our hands to the tops of our shoulders and then add a shoulder roll. So the elbows are drawing little circles here as well. Keep the toe tap, reverse the circle. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach the arms up, big inhale, hinging forward from the waist, feeling a nice stretch in the backs of the legs, knees are straight. As we exhale, inhale, come back up, and then squeeze the elbows down and back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. We inhale up, exhale forward, inhale up again, exhale, squeeze down. A few more times. Big dynamic movement here. Neck stays in line with that spine, and our back is flat. No rounding or twisting of the spine throughout this whole workout. That's what makes it osteoporosis friendly. Inhale, and open up that chest, big squeeze back as we exhale. Relax the arms down. Taking the feet a little bit wider, and then turn the toes to the corners, arms out to the side, just a little small side lunge here. Warming up the thighs a little bit more. And let's involve the waist. We're going to reach and reach. Throughout this workout, think about tightening your core, right? Pulling the navel in towards the spine and like bracing your abdominal area. It really helps protect the lower back. A few more like this. And relax down. I'm going to turn to the side. I want you to have a staggered stance here. Back knee is bent, and we're going to press the heel down, straightening the knee, and then bring it back in. As we do this, let's bicep and then extend the arms back. So a little bicep curl and a tricep as that knee comes in and out. If you need to hold onto your chair, please do so. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing other side. I'm just going to swivel, step your other leg back. Start bending that knee, pressing it back. When you're ready, let's add those same arms. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Final move for our warm up, doing some hip circles. Hold on to your base of support, bringing the one knee up towards the front, circling around to the side and to the back. Really warming up the glutes and the hips. Let's reverse. Doesn't have to be high, just want to get that rotating in the socket there. And same thing, other side. Front side all the way to the back. Little pops and cracks are normal. And reverse. Excellent job. Shake it out. Grab your weights if you are using them. We are going to start with a deadlift. So focusing on proper form first. Turn to the side so you can see our feet are parallel. They're directly underneath our hips. Holding onto the weights, palms forward. This movement comes from the hips. We have a teeny little bend in the knees. And then think about almost a little pelvic tuck so there's no sway in the back. We lead with the chest, we come down, feeling the stretch in the backs of the legs. Again, making sure we're not sticking our butt back with no sway here, but hips do come back, little tuck so the back is flat all the way from the tailbone to the crown of the head. We come down as far, maybe just a little bit down below your knees, and then we lift back up. This is working our hamstrings and our glutes. Let's go for 10 of them. Here we go. Shoulders down and back, tummy in. We're going to inhale on the way down. Exhale as you push up. Remember, flat back. Leading with the chest. This is just like you're bending forward and picking something up, like maybe a laundry basket or a box. 2 more. Nice job. I'm going to alternate one move for the lower body, one move for the upper body, to give that section a break. Okay, so first we're going to do a row. Palms are facing in. We're in a hinged over position again, about halfway down from where we just were. Again, palms in, and then the elbows come back. Again, no sway in the back, little tuck in those hips. Tummy in. Elbows come high, release it down. We're working the back muscles here. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades together. Great move for our posture. You're gazing a few feet in front of you, so your neck is in line with the spine. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you come up. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Going back to those deadlifts, I'm going to shake it up on you. This time we're going to do a single leg. So I want you to step slightly back, staggered stance with that right leg, and you're up on the toe. If you have balance challenge, hold on to a chair. So most of the weight is in your front leg. Same thing, we hinge forward from the hips like we're bending down to pick something up. Drive through that front heel. We go down. Exhale, push up. If your core is engaged, you should feel this in the abdominals as well. So many muscle groups working here. Hips to the back. Slight bend in the knees. But again, movement originates from the hips. Proud chest. Let's try 3 more. And last one. Coming back to a neutral position, feet underneath those hips. Doing another type of row, this time a wide row. Again, hinge forward position, shoulders squeeze down and back, palms facing you this time. And we bend the elbows and come out nice and wide. Side view. Slow and controlled. Again, working the back muscles, trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Final 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Going back to that staggered deadlift. Make sure your other leg is forward. Slight bend in the knees, tummy in, palms facing in. Here we go. Wheeling down. Drive up through that heel. Holding onto the chair if you need to. So you should be feeling this mostly behind the thigh and in the glute of your front leg. You're only going down as far as your back can stay flat. So if you feel your back start to round, then you've gone far enough. Remember to breathe. And we have 3, 2, last one. Shake that out. Done with the deadlifts. And our last row is going to be an upright row. Again, feet underneath the hips, palms facing in, elbows come up to the side, and we're taking the weights right up in front of our chest, just shoulder height, and coming back down. So we lift and lower. Side view. Make sure your shoulders stay pressed down. Try not to let them shrug up. So think away from your ears. Nice long, tall neck. Two more. Nice work. All right, done with our first section. There's 3, actually 4. Grab a quick drink of water. Take a break if you need to. Next section, we're going into everyone's favorite squats. So again, proper form. If squats traditionally are bad for your knees, you're just going to keep it so very small. And yes, you can do a squat. If you use the bathroom, if you sit in a chair, that's a squat. So if that helps your form, helps you get to where we need to be, that's a great way to practice. You can even practice with a chair behind you, sitting down maybe just halfway and coming back up. So first we have a basic squat, holding the weights if you have them at our sides. Feet underneath the hips. They can be slightly turned out if you like, if that's more comfortable for your knees, just making sure our knees don't come together. So here we go. Shoulders down and back. This time the movement is bending at the knees and we come back up. We still will be slightly hinged, slightly forward. We're dropping those hips. Weight is in the heels. So you should be able to wiggle your toes. Even if you're wearing tennis shoes, footwear is fine for this workout as well. We come down, exhale, push up. Again, maybe holding on to the back of the chair if that's helpful for you as well. Send the hips back. Let's go 3, 2, and last one. You made it through the first set. Okay, going for bicep curls. Traditional bicep curl, we're going to turn our palms to the ceiling. Feet can be underneath your hips, or you can have a staggered stance if that's more comfortable for you. Elbows are in towards our waistline, and we simply curl up and curl down. Slow and controlled. As always, we're being mindful of our posture. You can use your body weight, own resistance here too. Just think about squeezing the front of that arm. All right, let's go 3, 2, last one. Hope you felt that one. Next type of squat, we're going into a combination sumo and goblet squat. So our feet are going to be a little bit wider and toes are going to the corners. Calling it a goblet because we're going to hold our weights at our chest. So in this position, switches where the weight is, working different sides of the muscle. It's a little bit more challenging, but with the feet turned out in the wider stance, sometimes we can dip our hips a little bit deeper. Again, you do you. I want you to make sure that you press the knees out towards the sides. Weights stay at our chest, elbows in. We come down, and again, press up through those heels. We come down and press up. And maybe you're just going down a few inches. Perfectly fine. We'll get you there. And crackles and pops are normal. Don't think my mic is picking it up. My knees are making noise too. We come down. And press up. Squeeze. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, push. Drop the weights if you need to. Increase the weights if you need to, if you're getting stronger. 2 more. Nice work. Toe heel in. Back to the biceps. This time we're doing a hammer curl. Different position, palms are facing in. Ends of the weight come up towards the shoulders. Same basic movement, but changing the position of the wrist is working a different side of that muscle. If you have arthritic wrists, this tends to be more comfortable position because you're not turning at the wrist. So you do you. Again, maybe give it a little extra squeeze using your own resistance here. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last set of squats. We're going wide. I do a lot of bar videos and bar work, so this is I'm calling like a second position, like a plie. Feet are even wider, toes are turned out to the side again. We're going to hold the weights simply down at our sides. And this time, there's no hinge forward. So knees come out to the side, and we come straight up. So if I were to back up against my wall here, my back is sliding up and down the wall, no hinging forward. So you're going to feel this movement in the inner thighs. Really great for toning that area and working on opening up the hip. Great for hip flexibility. And just like the other squats, we are pushing up through the heels. Making sure the knees stay pressed out and they're just in line with the feet. Excellent job. Let's go 3. Press up. 2. Last 1. Toe heel in. All right. Everyone's favorite, next block, lunges. Again, take a break, grab some water. Chair or wall base of support handy if you need it. So we're going to do a staggered stance lunge or a stationary lunge. So when lunge will normally, come back in. We're going to stay back. So big step back. We're going to stay back. Feet are staggered. Basic lunge. We drop down, back leg, and push up. We come down, push up. And again, you're thinking about pushing up through that front heel. You can do them straight up and down like this, or if you hinge slightly forward, you're going to feel it more in the glute. So pick a position that's more comfortable for you. We have 3, 2, and 1. Should have felt that one. Same thing, other side. Big step back, up on the back heel. Make sure you switch feet. Here we go. Lower that knee and push up. Exhale as you push up. You should be feeling this in the thighs, especially the quads. And again, maybe try a few slightly hinge forward. Works the glutes. Final 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Working on the arms, feet, again, about hip distance apart, palms facing in. Roll the shoulders down and back. We have a front raise. So we lift and lower. Don't let the shoulders creep up here. Think long, tall neck, shoulders pressed down and back. Really brace your core here. Front raises are great for working the abdominals in a standing position. Slow and controlled, just shoulder height. For 3, 2, 1. Back to lunges. This time we're going to the side. Feet come wider and toes are going to be facing front. Weights are going to come to the side. We bend through that leg and we push up. Hips come to the back. So we're slightly hinged at the hip. Make sure that your right leg is straight and we're just bending the left right now. Really push off from the floor. For 3, 2, 1. Same thing, other side. We come down and push up. Maybe you're just going a few inches. That is just fine. Remember, proper form, tummy in, proud chest. And you're breathing. For 3, 2, last 1. Come back in. This time we're going to do a lateral raise. Palms are facing in. Leading from the elbows, we simply lift our arms out to the side and come back down. Again, belly button drawn in towards that spine. Slow and controlled, just shoulder height. It's ever so slightly in front. And again, think about leading with the elbows. Final 3, 2, and 1. Okay, third and last set of lunges. My favorite is the curtsy lunge. Again, hold onto your chair if you need it in front of you. Arms are going to stay at our sides. Taking our right leg, we cross it in back of our left as we bend the knees and press up, and let's come to standing. So a few more times, right leg. Chair if you need to, chest stays high. Again, you're just doing a little curtsy here. Front leg, it's doing all the work. Step back. Inhale, exhale, push up. You're feeling this in the glutes and in that front quad. Few more. Last 2. Last 1. All right, what we do on one side, we have to do on the other. Right into it. Step back. Again, proud chest. Shoulders down and back. We have 4. You got this. 3. Last 2. And last 1. Nice work. Last move for our shoulders is an overhead press. Feet again underneath those hips. We're going to keep the palms facing in, and we're going to press overhead and bring them back down. We press and lower, slow and controlled. Again, ever so slightly in front, protecting those shoulders. Don't let the shoulders creep up here. Keep them down. Let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Last section. It's a shorter one. Starting with calf raises in a parallel position. Again, maybe hold on to a chair or lose the weights. This challenges our balance as well. We're going to lift our heels up off the ground and slowly lower. Heel raises are great for our balance, keeps that mobility in the ankles, and are a must-have if you have any knee pain. Slowly lower. And then try not to pronate or supinate those ankles. So think about going straight up And straight down, no rolling in or out. One more. A little shake out if you need to. Next, we're going triceps overhead. You can do one weight, holding it at the ends with the tricep overhead, or you can do two, and you can put them together or keep them separate. Give me a little bend in the knees, little pelvic tuck forward. They come behind our head, and then they straighten directly back up. Key here is to keep those elbows close together and pointed towards the ceiling. The tendency is to want to let them come back out here. Keep them in. And you're breathing. And you're almost done. And press. Let's go 3, 2. Last one. Okay, final set of calf raises. This time our position is a little bit wider, toes to the corners. We can hold our weights just down at the side. We lift up and lower down. Again, hold on to something if you need that stability. Tummy in. Think about growing taller. That helps with the balance. Final 3, 2, last one. Okay, and final set of triceps. This time we're doing a kickback, coming back to that hinge forward position. Again, slight little pelvic tuck so there's no sway in the back. Bring the elbows up, and they're going to stay up. Shoulders down and back as we extend and then lower. Key here is to keep those shoulders from creeping up towards the ears and to keep the elbows high. So we bend, straighten, bend, straighten. If overhead is not an option for you, then this is a great alternative for those triceps. I do have specific workouts that I'll link in the description box below that are shoulder friendly, so there's nothing overhead, and I have knee friendly workouts as well. No lunges and no squats. Hold, release it down, shake it out. Beautiful work. Drop your weights, maybe grab a sip of water, and then to finish our workout, so important, we have to stretch. Helps reduce soreness, helps with our mobility. So let's simply start with wrist circles. Again, little cricks and cracks are normal. We're just releasing tension from holding those weights. Again, great if you have arthritis as well. And reverse. Continue to take some deep breaths here. Was not a cardio workout, but I'm sure your heart rate increased. Okay, taking our feet wider and slightly turned out. Again, just give me a little side lunge, nice and slow. And like our warm-up, let's add a few shoulder rolls. We're just releasing that built-up lactic acid. Let's hold it here to the left, slightly hinge forward. I want you to feel a stretch in that inner thigh. Big inhale. And exhale, come up, other side. Hips come back, straighten the left leg. Oh, that feels good. Big inhale. And exhale. You can bring the feet a little bit closer. Right arm comes out to the side. Gently pull it back to stretch the front of the shoulder. And then let's hug it in. And hug it either above or below the elbow joint. and then drop that shoulder down. While we're here, let's take the left ear towards the left shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Lift the chin or the head and relax it down. Same thing, other side. Comes out to the side, gently reach back. And then we hug it nice and close in front. Drop the shoulder down. And for our next stretch, right ear comes towards the right shoulder. Deep breath in. And exhale. And release that down. Staggered stance, take one step back. I'm going to turn to the side so you guys can see. Again, similar to our warm-up. I want you to press that back heel towards the floor, stretching out that calf muscle that we really worked. Hold on to a chair if you need it. Then we're going to tuck our pelvis here. Really stretches the front of that hip flexor and the quad that we worked. If you want to go a little deeper, you're going to bend ever so slightly deeper into that front leg, feeling it more in the calf and in the hip. Hold here, inhale. And exhale. Shift your weight back on that back foot. Flex the front foot. Hinge forward with a straight spine. Feeling a stretch in the back of your leg for that hamstring. Take some deep breaths. And come on up when you're ready. Same thing, other side. Big step back. Press the heel towards the floor. It's okay if it doesn't reach the floor. Straighten the back knee, bend the front knee. And then we tuck the pelvis, the hips here, to feel that in front of the hips. Deep breath in. Exhale, maybe deepen the stretch by bending the knee. And when you're ready, we're going to shift back. Hips go to the back of the room, lifting the front toes. Front leg is straight, back leg is bent. Big inhale. And exhale. Release that front foot. Come on back up. Maybe do a couple little butt kickers here. Loosening out those quads and shaking it out. Reach the hands towards me. Flex the wrists so palms are facing me, straightening the elbows. Keeping the elbows straight, let's take the arms out to the side. And then big side bend here to the left, reaching tall. Inhale and exhale down. Again, reach forward. Flex the wrist. Open to the side. And side bend to the right. Oh, that feels good. And release it. All right, couple more stretches and we're done. Coming to your chair or holding onto a wall. My favorite stretch for the hips is a figure 4. So we're going to take our ankle, crossing at the other ankle, or if you're able to, above the knee, and then we sit back. This is an incredible release for the hips and for the glutes. If you tend to have a lot of back pain, this really helps with that as well. Big inhale. And exhale. Come out of that. Shake it out. Same thing, other side. Crossing it either at the ankle or above the knee. And we sit back. Listen to your body here. Do what feels good to you. Maybe it feels good to do a little wiggle wherever you get that stretch. Deep breath in. and out. And finally, a standing downward dog. We're going to hold on to our base of support, walk the feet back, shift the hips back with straight knees, dropping the chest down, keeping a straight spine here, no rounding. Push your hips a little further back, maybe drop the chest a little bit more, feeling a stretch in the backs of the legs into the shoulders. And again, maybe a little bit of a sway of your hips side to side if that feels good to you. Come back to center, bend the knees, and let's help ourselves up. Woo! Good job. Thank you so much for doing this beginner workout with me. Please let me know if it was helpful. If you've liked it, let me know in the comments. I love hearing from my viewers. Check out the other videos that I talked about as well. I truly have something for everybody. Thanks for working out with me, and we'll see you next time.